Hey everybody, it's Kyle. Another Monday morning on my way into work. So I'm getting ready to leave this morning, and my son walks out the front door and starts walking. And all of a sudden I hear a flurry of fucking gunshots. I shit you not, people. I text my son immediately because he and his friend were out of sight, but he said that he thought it sounded like some sort of machine gun or something also. So I drive up by the school on my way out. I start hearing sirens and stuff. And back behind my daughter's school, which is next to my son's school, are some cop cars. And they have a car blocked in up there. Apparently there was a shooting at a house right behind my kids' schools. So, I defy any motherfucker to tell me that we don't need to change gun laws. I really do. You fucking idiots are snowballed by an organization that doesn't care about your gun rights and shit like that. They care about selling guns. They care about getting money from people who make guns and sell guns. And you fucking fools have been fooled. Exactly that. Just like you've been iced over by other things going on in our world. You've been snowed over and iced over by this shit. And I gotta tell you, I don't understand it. I've said it before on here. I have a shotgun. And, you know, it's for home protection. And I do like to shoot trap. And I do like stuff like that. I'm pretty good at it even. But what I don't need is a semi-automatic rifle. What I don't need is a semi-automatic pistol. I just really don't understand what it is about this, man. And until your kid's in lockdown in his junior high on a Monday morning, then why don't you just shut the fuck up? Now there's an investigation going on with the NRA because they've been doing things that are illegal. Imagine that. These are the same people who snowed you over. Just like someone else who sits up in the highest seat in this country who has snowed you over and has investigation going on now, and more investigations on top of the one that was just given a report for, which undoubtedly proves that there's shady shit going on. But you fools still won't believe it. Here's the thing, people, in case you don't know this. Gay people and transgender people and all that are going to be accepted into our society. They mostly already are. Different color people and different religions and stuff, same exact thing. They're not trying to overtake the world and all that crazy ass shit that you spew. They're trying to live their fucking lives, man. But none of us are going to be able to live our lives if you're willing to vote into office people who are going to allow people to have guns that they don't need. Ooh, but this gun's so cool. Look at it. They're like little boys playing Fortnite. They want the biggest gun because it looks neato. That's idiotic, man. It's imbecilic. It's childish. It's given the ability to never grow up. These are the same idiots who are paying $1,000 to go see a fucking movie that I saw this weekend last second and bought tickets for on Saturday. It's funny because one of the common things that I've heard throughout our world lately is, oh, the good old days, man. I wish things were like the good old days. You know, when I went to school, they didn't call off school when it snowed a little bit. Yeah, that's right. And there were kids that died every single time waiting out by the bus stop. You fucking idiot. Things are better. When I was little, I rode on the front seat standing up all the way down to Mississippi. Yeah, And there were kids that rode in the front seat that fucking died. That's why you're not allowed to do it anymore. Sure, a vast majority made it. But if 1 or 2 die, that makes it not worth it anymore, doesn't it? It's like you're okay juggling my kids' lives because you gotta have your fucking super neato gun. Fuck you, if that's how you feel. Fuck you. I don't want to talk to you anymore. You can fucking kiss my ass. I'm so fucking pissed right now. I'm not scared. I will fucking shoot somebody that comes to my house and comes into my house if I have to. I don't want to, and I'll feel horrible about it afterwards because guess what, gun lovers? When you shoot somebody and you kill them, you don't feel good about it. Why don't you ask a real man or woman who's been in the military and been overseas and shot somebody and killed them? Why don't you ask them how it feels? I would be willing to bet you $1 million you'll get the same answer I've gotten 100% of the time, which is that it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. One of the best Westerns ever made is The Unforgiven, which is interesting because I love Clint Eastwood, but I don't care for his politics, especially a guy who gives a speech at an NRA event, but whatever. But if you watch that movie, what's it about? It's about how it takes away the glamour of 6 shooters and bang, bang, whack, whack, cool, badass gunslingers of the Old West. It takes that shit away and it shows you what it's really like. Because it's not all glorious and fantastic. Most of you fucking pussies with all these guns wouldn't be able to handle it. You wouldn't be able to handle it if the real shit went down. So I'm a little fired up, everybody. I'm sorry, but I'm just fucking sick of it. And I'm sick of these fucking imbeciles arguing for the reasons. You could pry it from my cold, dead hands. Good. Shoot him, then take his gun away. I'm sick of hearing it. It's ridiculous. Our police forces looking like paramilitary is fucking ridiculous. But there may be a reason for it now. They're going up against some heavy artillery that's available to the general fucking public. It's just ridiculous, man. Alright. That's what's bugging me. What's bugging me is that my 13-year-old son and all his friends in school are on lockdown right now because somebody had it. And I can tell you guys this. I heard it. It sounded like pretty heavy-duty semi-automatic rifle to me. I mean, it was quick shots. Lots of them in succession. All right. What am I into? Well, let me go off on another rant, but I'll start by saying we did go see Avengers Endgame this weekend. It was kind of last second, but apparently my family was hell-bent on seeing it. I had no idea I would have bought tickets when they went up for sale a month ago, 2 months ago. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We got in late on Saturday night. I think it was 9:40 or something like that. So the movie didn't even end till like 1 in the morning, which is insane. But everybody wanted to see it, and we went and saw it, and it was good. It was very good. It was entertaining, and it tied up a lot of loose ends, and it was an interesting idea. And it does kind of follow most of the stuff in the comics, but the cinematic universe is different from the comics. But it was good, guys. It wasn't great. It wasn't the best fucking film of all time. It wasn't worth anything more than the ticket price. It may not even be worth all of that. But it was good. And it was a good experience with my family. We had a lot of fun. That was the big reason I wanted to go. I kind of already knew what was going to happen because I don't know. It happened 30 years ago, right? In the comic books, kind of. Um, Another thing, I think I've talked about Pluto.tv app before. Man, if you haven't looked at it, you need to look at it. There's so many good things on there. Return of the Living Dead was on there the other day, or the other night, and I watched that. I hadn't seen that in a while. I love that movie. That's probably my favorite zombie movie. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen that one recently. It's really great. But Pluto TV had that on there. I mean, it's uncut. There's commercials because it is free streaming television, but still, that's okay. You know, it's funny. Commercials kind of gave us a little bit of a chance to get up and go get a drink or go to the bathroom, and we don't really have that anymore. I mean, I know we can pause it. You can't pause Pluto TV. That was makes sense because it's streaming real time. But anyway, yeah, it was. I like Pluto TV, and I think you should check it out. And then I'm going to go off on a little rant here about Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. It's not called Queer Eye for the Straight Guy anymore. It's just called Queer Eye. And I want to say this, man. You know, I used to make a lot of gay jokes and stuff like that, and I used to make fun of all that shit. And I am sorry. I was young and just stupid. Had no idea what I was talking about. The struggle that gay people go through and LGBTQ people is a real thing. And I did not understand that before now. But I do, and I feel for you guys. Brothers and sisters, I feel for you. And I will say this. I know these guys get a budget to fix up these people's houses and apartments and the wardrobe and their grooming and all that stuff. I know they get money to do that, but I want to tell you something. It doesn't matter that they're not paying for it. The thought and the care and the love that goes into what they do is one of the most beautiful things that I've ever seen in my entire life. And these are loving human beings that care about their fellow man. The episode that I watched last night was really interesting. It was about a guy who's a big NASCAR fan. And he has a big group of buddies. They go to these races and all that. This guy's also a cop in Georgia. And an ex-Marine. His buddy, who's an ex-Marine and a cop in the same town, is the one who nominated him for the Queer Eye group, the Fab Five, to come down there. And it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And pretty much one of the greatest things that I've seen in a long time for a lot of reasons. But number one, there's Karamo, which is the only black guy in the group, the Fab Five. At the beginning, his buddy, the guy who gets nominated, his buddy, who's a cop, pulled over the Fab Five or whatever. And I'm sure it was partially staged by the cops anyway, by his buddy. And there was a little bit of fear by Karamo, who was driving, who's a black gay man. And he did not like that feeling. He did not like the idea. And they were wondering, was he going to be in trouble? And this asshole white cop's pulling him over. And something that he said later on, because they reveal that it's, he's guy's just kidding with him and all that. And anyway, but something that's revealed later on is that as a black man, when you get pulled over, you're probably wondering, is this going to be the time where I get pulled out of this car and shot and killed? And as a cop walking up to that car, you're probably wondering, is this when I get run over, or is this when I get shot and killed? And that's sad, man. Police are here to serve and protect. And a few shit-ass police, a small percentage of police in our country, have ruined it. They've ruined that relationship because they have racist views. And that's fucking horrifying, man. Their job is to serve and protect citizens of who they're police for. And same thing for black people, man. Not every black guy or black woman driving a car is a bad person. Even if their plates are expired or if their license is expired. I've driven with my plates expired. I've driven with my driver's license expired. I bet everybody has. You know, it's not smart. It's dumb. It's a lack of responsibility on my behalf. But I bet if I get pulled over, I have been pulled over with my plates expired. I've been pulled over drunk and let go. How many black men can say that? Not many. And it's sad. We've got to get past this shit, people. We have to. And during this episode of this show, there's a lot of healing because the guy who's getting the makeover rides back, and really one big reason he wants to get a makeover is because he wants to be there for his wife. He wants to show her that he cares about himself and how he looks and how he presents himself because he loves his wife. And he's been hiding down in the basement. I'm sure you all know, I know people like this, guys that go hide down in the basement, right? That's where they're allowed to have their stuff. That's where they're allowed to be themselves. You know? That's where they're understood when their buddies come over. They hide down in that basement, man. When you get older, you just get that basement and you hide down there. Fuck that, dude. I'm never doing that. Ever. I mean, I'd like to have a nice basement and a place for buddies to come over and hang out, but I ain't hiding down there. Ever. And he just doesn't want to do that anymore. He wants to get back into being a part of his wife's daily life and his family's life and grow up a little bit and show his wife that he cares to look good when they go out together and go out to go eat or go out on a date. And these 5 guys helped him do that, including a gay black man who was kind of scared of the guy to begin with because the guy's a cop. They found a Make America Great hat again in the guy's closet. They found a Trump Pence sign downstairs. Now, just because you have a Trump Pence sign and a Make America Great Again hat does not mean you are a racist. By any means. It does not mean that. But I will tell you this. That man who you are supporting is a racist. And his vice president is anti-gay. He thinks you can pray the gay away. So I'm not saying because you own those things or you have those things that you are anti-gay or racist, but I'm saying you're representing someone who is. So you really need to think about those things when you make those decisions and you wear that hat and you show up at my daughter's strings concert and you're wearing a Make America Great hat again. Fuck you, asshole. It's not because of anything except for the fact that there's no room for those politics at a fucking grade school strings concert, you fucking idiot. And yeah, people get upset when they see those hats because of what that man stands for. That man is a liar and a cheater. He steals money. He doesn't pay people that work hard for him. He takes companies into bankruptcy. He hires illegal workers. He's not a good man. I don't give a shit what your politics are. If you're a Republican, a true Republican, you cannot be for that man. So what I'm getting at is that Queer Eye, it's an amazing exercise and a beautiful example of how humans can behave towards each other despite their differences. And it's very emotional show, man. If you haven't seen it, you really need to do yourself a favor and open up your mind and chill out and watch it. Because, again, the little touches that these guys put on the things that they do. I mean, this guy, there was a guy they had, it's over here in Olathe, actually, whose wife had died from cancer. And the house he kind of let the house go, and he was in the process of trying to move from the house that they lived in to a new place. And he had 2 little boys, and he's just trying to do what he can, but he's not trying too hard because he's sad. And what these guys did for him is incredible. I mean, the guy who does the home design and the decor stuff, he grew up in central Missouri, and he was oppressed. He was adopted, and his family disowned him because he's gay. They're very religious, and they said they couldn't be a part of his life anymore because of his lifestyle. And he's an incredible human being, man. This guy had some of his stuff from his wife left around, and it was all over around the house, and he took that stuff. He created a special storage box with shelves and drawers in it that had all of her stuff in it. And when you opened the lid, it had something that she wrote. She wrote all these cards to her kids in advance. Be nice to your brother is what it said on each card. Be nice to your brother. She wrote that. He took that phrase because it's so beautiful, and he had it etched inside the lid of this box in her handwriting. And he created this space for all of her things to be, so that she's honored, and all of the things that she has, that she gave this family, are in there. So they have a place they can go and see her stuff and remember her, but it's honorific, it's honorable. It's not strewn about the house and with the likeliness of being destroyed. It doesn't matter how much money he was given to make this stuff happen. It's the fact that he thought to do it. It's gorgeous. And it's beautiful. It's a human being caring for other human beings that are in pain. I just don't know how you can look at that and say, that faggot, or whatever. You're an idiot if you say shit like that. That is a beautiful man who loves humans, helping other humans. You really owe it to yourself to watch that show and start to understand that, man, we're all just people on this planet, and we're all trying to get along. And yeah, there's bad people out there. There's bad people that are gay. There's bad people that are black. There's bad people that are white. Bad people that are Muslim. Bad people that are Christian. Bad people that are everything. There's always bad people. But we're all just people. A majority of humans want to help other humans. And they just want to live their lives too. They want to be able to get up on a Monday morning and go to school without being locked down in your fucking junior high. They want to just love who they love and have a life together with someone. If you don't understand that, man, then you don't understand the way the world is going. And you can have all the guns and all the Jesus and all that stuff that you want. Because I'll tell you this right now, too. Jesus Christ never, ever said you should punish people for the way that they are. He may have said you have to follow the Word of God. And if you don't follow the Word of God, then, you'll have to suffer the repercussions for that. But he did not say humans punish other humans for being gay or Muslim. He never said that, ever. Jesus only loved everybody. I suggest people who claim that they're Christian start living like Jesus and loving everybody. And if you are sure of yourself and you are sure of your religion, you won't be angry at people for being Muslim or Buddhist or gay or black. You won't be mad at those things. And same thing for people that practice Islam. You won't be mad at people that are gay. You won't be mad at people that are white. You won't be mad at people that are Christian. These bombing of these mosques and shooting at synagogues and all this stuff, we're gross, man. We need a reboot, an overhaul. It wouldn't hurt to have Thanos come here and snap his fingers and half of us all go away, would it? But you don't get to pick the half, though. Sorry. But we need to regroup, guys. We really do. And part of that, I think, is just be yourself and live your life and accept others. You may not agree with the way they're living and their lifestyles and stuff, but it doesn't matter. They're still going to live that way and have that lifestyle. There's been gay people forever, you know? All right. So I'm really into that show. Boy, that was a big, long rant. I'm sorry. I'm full of rants. I'm pretty emotional this morning. I'm pretty sad that my son's having to experience this shit today. I think I've talked about the Anderson .Paak album. Highly recommend listening to that. Ventura. I'll put a link. Put all these links in here. I can't really talk much more, guys. I'm sorry. I'm bummed out. I'm sure everything's fine. My wife called me. I called her and she said that everybody's safe. They're on lockdown in the school. I don't know what else to say, man. Grow up, America. You're having growing pains. Better start accepting other people. Better put away all those neato fancy toy guns that are real guns. Need to put them away, man. If you need a rifle to hunt, that's fine. If you want a pistol for home protection, that's fine. If you want a shotgun for home protection or to hunt, shoot skeet, that's fine. But you don't need anything that looks like a fucking military rifle. You don't need it. If you have it, go sell it. Give the money to charity. Go feed some people with the money from that. Watch how much better your soul feels. Look in their eyes when you're giving them food. Or you're giving some kid that's homeless a place to sleep or some clothes. Fuck these fucking guns, man. You don't need any more than you need, which is very little. I've known people that have an arsenal. I don't understand it, man. Yeah, they're fun to shoot. It's fun to have some. I get it. But you don't need all these fancy, crazy, ridiculous-ass guns. It's got to stop. That's all I got to say today, guys. Get off my lawn.